Yesterday was the deadline. Congress gave the Pentagon until April 14th to hand over 46 classified videos, footage of unidentified objects filmed by U.S. military platforms over war zones, oceans, and restricted airspace. Yesterday came and went. The Pentagon said nothing. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna posted one sentence on X, "How convenient." This isn't a fringe conspiracy. This is a sitting member of Congress, chairing the task force on declassification of federal secrets, accusing the Pentagon of a cover-up today, in 2026. And it gets stranger from there. Let's rewind, because this didn't start with yesterday's deadline, February 2026. Former President Barack Obama goes on a podcast and is asked point blank, "Do aliens exist?" His answer, "They're real. But I haven't seen them." The internet went nuclear. Obama immediately walked it back, said he meant statistically that life probably exists somewhere in the universe. But the damage was done. The original answer was out. Within days, President Trump posted on Truth Social that he was directing the entire federal government to identify and release all files related to UFOs and extraterrestrial life. Not a suggestion, a presidential directive. Then the White House quietly registered 2 new government web domains, Alien.gov and Aliens.gov. Both dark, no content, no explanation. When reporters asked about it, the White House said 2 words, "Stay tuned." Congress didn't wait. Representative Luna sent a formal letter to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth demanding 46 specific classified videos, footage described as spherical objects, cigar-shaped craft, and Tic Tac-shaped vehicles recorded near Iran, Syria, U.S. military bases, airports, and Lake Huron. She set a hard deadline, April 14th. That was yesterday. The Pentagon didn't respond until Luna's office chased them. Their explanation, the letter apparently never reached the right people. "How convenient," she said. Here's where it gets genuinely strange. Vice President JD Vance sat down for an interview 2 weeks ago and said something nobody in his position has ever said publicly. He said he has been, and I'm quoting directly, obsessed with UFOs. That he has spent years trying to understand the files. That he vowed to get to the bottom of it before leaving office. And then he said something that nobody was prepared for. He said he believes the UFOs are not alien spacecraft. He believes they're demons. Not metaphorically, not as a figure of speech. The Vice President of the United States said, on the record, that his working theory on UAPs is that they are demonic entities. Theoretical physicist Avi Loeb, one of the most credentialed scientists in the world on this topic, responded immediately. He said Vance's framing raises more questions than it answers. Because if the Vice President has access to classified UAP files and his conclusion is supernatural rather than extraterrestrial, what exactly is in those files that points him away from the physical and towards something else entirely? That question has no public answer. So what are these 46 videos actually supposed to show? Based on Luna's letter and what's leaked from congressional briefings, the footage includes objects filmed moving at speeds that exceed any known human aircraft, with no visible propulsion, no heat signature, no aerodynamic surfaces. Craft demonstrating what military pilots call the 5 observables: instant acceleration, hypersonic velocity, low observability, trans-medium travel, meaning objects moving seamlessly between air and water, and positive lift without any apparent propulsion system. At least one incident near Lake Huron in 2023, an object tracked by military assets that performed maneuvers no drone, no classified aircraft, no known technology could replicate. Incidents near Iran and Syria, where objects appeared in restricted airspace during active military operations, and were not engaged because nobody could determine what they were or where they came from. None of this is speculation. These incidents are on the congressional record. The videos exist. The Pentagon has them. They just didn't hand them over yesterday. Here's what makes this moment different from every UAP moment before it. For 70 years, the standard government position was, there's nothing here. Weather balloons, swamp gas, misidentified aircraft. The message was always the same. Move along. That position is gone completely. You now have a sitting president who issued a formal directive to release UAP files. A vice president who says he's obsessed with the topic and has a personal theory about what these things are. A congresswoman chairing a declassification task force who is publicly accusing the Pentagon of a cover-up. A government that quietly registered Alien.gov and told the press to stay tuned. And 46 videos that were supposed to be released yesterday that nobody has seen. 2/3 of Americans already believe intelligent life exists elsewhere in the universe. The question was never really about whether something is out there. The question is what the government knows, and why, after 70 years, they still won't show us. The deadline passed. The videos didn't come, and the vice president thinks they might be demons. Whatever is in those 46 files, somebody at the Pentagon decided yesterday was not the day the public gets to see them. Drop a comment. What do you think is actually on those tapes? Extraterrestrial, interdimensional, or something the government built and doesn't want traced back? Next week we go deeper. The 5 observables, the Nimitz encounter, and the military pilots who saw something that changed their lives and were told never to talk about it. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you there.